So there were 4 juniors in college at Penn State, and they were doing really well in chemistry. Actually, all of them had an A average. And it was coming time for exams for the next week, and the 4 of them decided to drive somewhere within 100 miles and to have themselves just a really good old party. And so they decided they didn't want to come back by time of the test, so they called their professor and said, you know, we did everything to get back on Monday, but here's the problem. We had a flat tire. And the professor said, no problem. We'll test you on Tuesday. Just come at 9 o'clock. No problem. So they come to the professor on Tuesday, and he gives them each a test. And he said, but I want each of you to go in separate rooms. No problem. So they go in there, and they sit down, and they look at the test, which seems so simple. And they look at the first page, and the first question is worth 5 points. And it said something about chemistry, and they all knew it. No problem. And they turn over to the next page, worth 95 points. Which tire was it? And that's the part, I don't know about you, but what I see about my life, what I witness about my life, what I witness about what I feel about eternal life, what I witness about physical death does not ultimately mean death. What I feel about storms, whether they are personal or whether they are coming from a nature aspect of storms, the 5 points I have down really well. It's the principles, it's the metaphysics, it's the knowing, it's the awareness, it's the immense years of classes and credentials and all of those things. But the 95 points, when I am facing something, or it is facing me, or it is gracing me, the 95 points would be, then what do I do as I am grounded in something that is coming my way? What are those 95 points? Whether it is a personal storm that you didn't know about, that you didn't have time to prep for, whether it is a hurricane that is coming in, whether it is a diagnosis or an image, whether it is something that is happening with your body in a greater way of aligning with your own self, whatever it is, it's those 95 points of how did we use it? Yes, how did we respond to it? How did we face that time with the greatest depth and authenticity and intuition that we could pull out of ourselves? As we were facing Irma, I did what I would like to say that I do often, and that is I went to my intuition. Where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to do? And I heard this inner awareness, this feeling, this sense that I was to stay here in St. Petersburg. Now, that wasn't everybody's answer, but it was my answer. My intuition felt very strong. I'm supposed to be here. So obviously, I'm going to include my wife in that decision because, you know, don't want to be selfish, but I wanted to be inclusive, and it's like, yep, this is what is ours to do. Point number 2 was that I wanted to be here at First Unity Spiritual Campus. First Unity Spiritual Campus is the love of my life. And if I'm to go, I'm going out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I thank Unity for that. I used to be terrified of dying. I'm more terrified now of not living. Dying, life goes on. Not living destroys you. So I knew I wanted to be here. And I wasn't here by myself. It wasn't posted anywhere. We didn't do billboards. We didn't say we were here. It was kind of a quiet thing, and it was kind of organic. And I had the good privilege of being here with 15 other people. And in that space, everybody jumped in and helped. We became a mission. We brought enough clothes and enough food to be here for 3 weeks. Because we were thinking, who knew? We didn't know. We didn't know if our neighbors would need us. We didn't know if some of our community would need us. We just didn't know. But wow, the way everybody just jumped in and set up camp and set up posts in the midst of 7 dogs, 2 small ponies, also known as Great Danes, 7 cats, and 3 birds. You want to talk about coexisting? But that was interesting, and the whole process was interesting, because probably like you, did people question your intuition? Yes. The calls were coming in, the big text in bold letters. Have you lost it? What's wrong with you? Or get out of there, get out of there. Notes were coming in, leave now. But this is not just about a hurricane, it's about our lives. It's about our personal lives. It's about something that you may be facing now. You want to believe in the one thing that's never let you down, and that's God talking through you. That's what you can go on. That's what you can stand on. That's what you can live by, is that. And that's the 95. Those are the 95 points that matter. It's easy to be all about, kumbaya and everybody and, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me, until in the midst of peace, we are called to do something greater, right? Until we're called for that experience. And you want to look at not only what the name of the storm was, but how it named you. How has it named you? What kind of lessons are your takeaways? What is it that you came to be aware of? Of who did you call? Who did you allow to call you? What kind of connection did you make? What was something that wants to be born out of you? Because that's what personal storms do. Personal storms change us forever if we just won't go and pick up the same debris and start doing the same old thing as if it never happened. Can you resonate with that? And I was telling some friends of mine about how, at my home, and that was interesting too, is to see what people were taking with them. What they perceived as the most important things that they absolutely couldn't live without. I don't have the time today to go over some of those teachings, but it was interesting to see what mattered, what was so significant, right? But in that particular space, for me, there were a lot of outdoor statues that every time I see them, they're archetypal for me and they remind me of something. And I immediately can connect with them. And so before I put them all back outside, I asked them energetically. They don't talk, the statues. I'm just being clear, okay? I am out there, and I hope a whole lot more, but not that out there. But I just energetically asked them, do you still want to be here in these spots? None of them wound up where they started, where they had been for many, many years. And one crumbled in my arms, which to me was metaphorical. It was the truth of a crumbling of what I would be letting go of what had been a transformation, of what seemed important at the time that's no longer important now, you see. That particular kind of connection. When we were here on Thursday for the World Day of Prayer, there were about 35 of us that came, and we didn't have power, so it was kind of a sweat lodge, if you will. And I kind of reminded people that, people pay a lot of money to do a sweat lodge. And we were offering one over here at First Unity, but there was something that was read by Regina Patterson Davis that I thought was very moving, and I'd like to read it to you if that's okay with you. It's by Reverend Sapphire Rose, and the title is She Let Go. So she let go, or he let go. She let go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of the fear. She let go of the judgment. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons, wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry. She just simply let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book about how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of the planning, all the calculations of how to do it just right. That would be a good one for everybody to let go of, wouldn't it? Everybody breathe. Catch your breath, breathe. Yeah. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected day in her day timer. She made no public announcement and put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily information. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends or discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step spiritual mind treatment. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was. And it's just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew over her, and the sun was shining, and the moon was very bright. She just let go. Wow. Wow. That powerful. And that is what personal storms and bigger storms called hurricanes, where they take us. That's the level of the minute, of the smallest, of the tiniest, of the most profound, and of the largest, is that it takes us to a place of letting go. And it brings us to this place, for some of us, for one of the first and maybe few times in our lives that we ever really accept to the totality of our being that we never have and we never will be in control. Yep. Mm-hmm. And so we bring together that connection. I think of this story of this little girl that she saved money to go and buy herself some fake pearls. And she loved this necklace. It was very important to her. She did a lot to get it. And so her dad, knowing she loved it, he went to her and he said, "Honey, will you let Daddy have your necklace?" "Oh, no, I won't do that. I won't do that." And the next night he comes again. "Honey, give Daddy your necklace." "Oh, no, Daddy, that's my necklace." The third night he comes up to her. "Give me your necklace, honey." She starts to cry. "Okay, Daddy, I'll give you my necklace. I'll give you my necklace, Daddy." And when she hands it to him, he has a black box just ready for her. And he gives her a true pair of genuine pearls. Wow. Often our days, our time, our years, our week is focusing on debris that is not necessarily that important. We may name it and claim it to be something that's so significant. But when we're faced with the storm of awareness, when we're focused on a new day, a new dawn, a new way, and I can't quite do it the way she did, and a new day and a new dawn. Wasn't she great? Let's give her a hand. Where is she? New day. We come to this place. We come to the depth of ourselves. And I don't know about you, but I mean, for me, I was really just into this place of just have thine own way, Lord. Have thine own way. Thou art the potter. I am the clay. I could really use your help. Mold me and make me after thy will. All I am waiting. So you get to that place, you see. You get to that grace. No matter what is ever taken from me. What will never be taken from me are my 95 points. Are the knowing that God is, God has been, God will be, always the answer to everything and everyone and every moment. And we, as Christ-light, are the wayshowers of that consciousness. It's a privilege to serve with you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.